When I'm teaching, I'm always asked how I tie my bows, so I thought today I'd do a quick video. To tie my loopy bows, I usually start with a lot of ribbon. Today I've cut 27 inches, if you can believe it. There'll be some extra, but I want to make sure that I've got lots of room to have a nice fluffy bow. I like to start with a grosgrain ribbon. And what I'll do is I'll secure it around the back of a card, and I'll pull one straight up and one straight down. Now taking the piece that's on the lower end, I'm going to wrap it around my thumb, and then I'll secure this other piece around just like you're tying your sneakers, and just keep all the ribbons nice and flat so nothing twists. It doesn't look like anything now, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to preen it. And you'll see I stick one thumb up under the loop and tug and tighten. And I'm constantly adjusting the tails. This time I'm going to want one tail to go up and one tail to go down. So one's going to go in front of the bow and one behind. For me, the bow tying really is all in this preening stage. As you're tightening and lifting those loops up, see I've got it around my thumb again, I'm lifting and then tucking the tails exactly where I want. And there's a good start. But why don't we do it again, just so you can see again exactly how I've done it. People always ask me to repeat, so now I've just gone ahead and repeated for you. One up and one down. And again, I'm going to make a loop around my thumb. Take the top piece, wrap it around the front, and tie a bow just like you're doing your sneakers. And now I'm going to preen it so that the ends are going exactly where I want. I'm going to tuck one up and behind. Before I pull too tightly, I'm going to make sure that the ends of the bow are exactly where I want them. So I'm going to pull one up behind, and to make them even, I'm going to loosen. Perfect. But let's say we wanted both of the legs of the bow to go straight down. I'm going to show you how I would do that. Again, you're going to start just the same with one up and one down, make a loop, wrap around, and in this time, instead of tucking my tails one up and one down, I'm going to pull them both straight down. It all depends on where you're going to be putting your main image, where you're going to have room for those bow tails. So let's imagine that I wanted them to go straight down. I'd be preening the bow same way by sticking my thumb up inside of those loops and tightening as I'm pulling the tails where I want them to go. If I wanted, now I could use the bow with the loops on the top and the legs of the bow hanging below. Just like, see, there's so much preening. The bow never looks right when you start. It's all in the primping and fussing around with how you want it to go. And I think we're there. For today's project, however, I do want it to go one up and one down. So I've fussed it back into place, and the key is really to pull the ribbon taut while you cut it so you get a nice fresh cut. You don't want a jagged ribbon edge. And I highly recommend having one pair of scissors that you use only for ribbon so they stay really, really sharp for ribbon. The great thing about the way I've tied this bow is now I can slide it from side to side depending on exactly where I'm going to want my image. It's nice and loose and pliable, so I can continue to move it exactly into place. I have my image set, and now you can see I can just nudge that bow a little bit over to the side to make perfect positioning with my main panel. And reprimp that little bow. How about look at the finished product? Thanks so much for visiting with us today. Please join us at mftstamps.com.